News in Middletown right now. The wind may be to blame for the. We're going to go to meteorologist Rachel Frank right now. Rachel,
we're just talking about those power outages, and it's so cold out there. Temperatures in the 20s to around 30 degrees, so certainly an uncomfortable situation for those without power tonight, with low temperatures dropping back into the middle teens to right around 20 degrees. So really feeling for those people tonight who are unable to stay warm. And obviously, when you factor in those winds, it feels even cooler, like just 8 degrees in Litchfield. And I think we'll see more single-digit wind chills as we head towards daybreak tomorrow. Big story today, obviously the wind. As they mentioned, gusts up to 50 or 60 miles an hour at times. So we're clearly down from the peak of the winds earlier today. But a lot of you still writing in saying, okay, the windows are rattling tonight. When is this going to end? And the answer is slowly. It'll be a gradual process. So there's no one time I can give you that afterwards the winds just head downhill. So we'll continue to see these winds gusting right now 40 miles per hour in Hartford. It's not as bad right now for New Haven with gusts to 24, but still a wind advisory in effect for the northern half of the state until 4 o'clock in the morning, just to warn people that, again, we could still see a few minor tree limbs start to come down as we head through the overnight. But overall, we're not expecting a big surge in power outages. Tomorrow, it's still breezy, but nowhere near as windy as it was outside today. Today, we had winds that got as high as, again, 50 or 60. We're thinking we could see gusts to 30 tomorrow, so a lot more manageable. Wall-to-wall sunshine throughout the day with high temperatures in the 20s, and we are quiet heading into your Wednesday morning. But Wednesday afternoon, things change. So once we get rid of the wind, we have to start talking about this upcoming winter storm. The weird thing about this, it has the exact same timing as the storm last week, arriving as we head into Wednesday afternoon, snowing as we head through Wednesday evening, and all tapering off as we head into early Thursday. And this could bring us another 2 to as much as 5 inches of accumulation. So we're going to talk more about this and really take you through the timing of this coming up in just a bit.
Okay, so after the wind today blew all the paint off my car, we've still got more on the way. Well, it's breezy out there, huh?
Yeah, it was. And I think we would consider normally tomorrow to be a pretty breezy day, but compared to today,
it's going to be easy.
Whole different ball game. That wind, though, was a really big deal for all locations across the Northeast. And I just had to share this with you. Maybe you've seen this circulating online. Jen, you were telling me you had seen this. Your friend in Buffalo experienced it?
Well, they had been sent in the video. This is Hamburg, right?
This is Fort Erie, Canada.
Okay.
So what we're dealing with here is an ice shove. Sometimes you see people call it an ice tsunami, but basically when you get these strong winds over a 12 to 24-hour period blowing in the same direction, all of that ice that's just kind of floating in the water gets pushed up onto land. This can actually do quite a bit of damage. It can take down trees and street lamps, and boy, did it. And there were wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour on Lake Erie, and this ice piled up about 30 feet high. Really scary to watch it come in. I want to show you our peak wind gusts here in Connecticut today. We were able to make it up to 62 miles per hour for parts of Litchfield County. I'm just showing you the top wind gusts, knowing full well that not everybody was able to achieve numbers like this, but close to 60 miles per hour in Stores, 55 for Windsor Locks. So I teased this earlier. Jen Bernstein during the commercial break goes, "Ooh, that was a really good tease. I want to know why it's been so windy." So wind is caused by differences in pressure. The bigger the difference in pressure, the stronger the wind. So we've got a really strong storm departing and a really strong area of high pressure moving in. So if you think about blowing up a balloon, you're creating a pressure difference. The more you blow up that balloon, when you let it go, it's going to go spinning around the room and the air comes gushing out. If you were only to blow it up a little bit, the air would just kind of peter out and would drop to the floor. So you're kind of creating that pressure difference when you blow up a balloon. The same is true with the weather. So because both of these areas, centers of pressure are so strong, we get that big pressure difference. So hopefully that was fun and not too long and boring for you. Let's talk about the wind out there right now because we're still feeling it. These aren't gusts. These are sustained winds. That means they're blowing consistently at 28 miles per hour in Hartford. Just kind of adding that dull roar when you go outside. You can just kind of hear it in the background, and that actually caused quite a bit of lake effect snow today to our northwest. And even here in Connecticut, it was able to travel about 300 miles from Lake Ontario to pay us a visit as well. Tonight, mostly clear skies, temperatures dropping dropping into the mid-teens to around 20 degrees. I know it's still windy out there and you want some relief. It will be a gradual process though overnight. Mostly sunny skies tomorrow. Still breezy out there, but gusts to 30, we can handle that. High temperatures in the upper 20s to around 30 degrees inland, middle 30s for the Connecticut shoreline. And then on Wednesday, here we go again. I mentioned this earlier. This is the same exact timing as the storm we had last week, but this time we don't have the words wintry mix or icy mix to deal with. It's just going to be snow. This isn't a huge storm, but one that will affect your evening commute and one that could affect your morning commute on Thursday as well. So let me show you the timeline of this. Here we are 7 a.m. on Wednesday and we're still dry. We're going to stop the clock at 2 p.m. Starting to see a bit of snow breaking out for parts of western Connecticut, and there will be some snow at least around, I think, for the evening commute. Still have to figure out how far south it ends up getting, but things fill in as we head through the overnight and depart as we head into early Thursday morning, and then it's gone, but temperatures will be in the 20s, so obviously still some slick spots. So our initial estimates and what we're thinking so far is anywhere between a couple inches to up to 4 or even 5. I do think there's going to be some banding that ends up setting up, so it could be the type of situation where a lot of areas get 2 or 3, and then there's a stripe where there are some higher amounts. I also think there's a better chance for those higher amounts as you head farther north towards the Massachusetts border. The farther southwest you get, the lower the totals get. So the snow ends early on Thursday. The rest of the day is dry. There's a chance for a bit of a mix, a rain or snow shower during the day on Friday. It doesn't